Elite Dangerous. The name alone evokes images of vast star-studded galaxy, daring dogfights, the thrill of the unknown, and possibly a grind. But for a time, this grand spacefaring simulator that's been around for 10 years and now going into its 11th seemed to drift a little bit off course, losing some of its initial luster and its fanbase. Yet in 2024, something remarkable happened. A resurgence, a revival, a renewed interest in Elite Dangerous, seeing players new and old flock to the stars in droves. In this video, I'm going to discuss and dissect this revival. We're going to delve into the key factors that reignited the community's passion, hopefully. The evolution of the Odyssey expansion, the crucial role of community feedback, and let's not forget the constant stream of new content we've had, not only in 2024, but also peppered along Elite Dangerous's history of the past 10 years. We will explore how these elements combined not only re-engage existing players, but also attract a new wave of commanders to the galaxy. So strap in, commanders, we're going to embark on this journey and see if we can tease out and understand the 2024 revival, and also look forward to 2025, because Elite Dangerous and Frontier, they're all saying the future's going to be bright and shiny. It's probably safe to say that prior to 2021, Elite Dangerous had hit a little bit of a lull. We were getting ships like the Mamba. We were getting the prospect of a fleet carrier. And then it was announced that we'd be getting on-foot gameplay with the release of the Odyssey expansion in 2021. This would introduce ground combat and on-foot exploration. Initially, it was met with a mixed reception despite the community wanting on-foot gameplay. It was indeed hampered with performance issues, graphical glitches, and a perceived dilution of the core spaceflight experience, and this led to quite a bit of criticism. However, Frontier Developments, to their credit, actively listened, and not only to the criticism, but also to the community. They started by addressing the performance woes, although a series of dedicated updates the development team diligently addressed those performance issues, significantly improving frame rates, reducing stuttering and enhancing overall stability, but this took time. I myself, as an Elite Dangerous fanboy, you know me, went out and bought myself a brand new computer with a, at the time, RTX 3080 card, cutting edge stuff, and was still getting lag problems. The overhaul enhancing of the stability of the game was crucial, as a smooth and enjoyable experience, let's face it, is paramount in any game you want to invest your time in, especially one as demanding as Elite Dangerous. There was also a refinement then of ground combat. The ground combat mechanics underwent substantial refinement, with gunplay which was also improved. The animations were a lot smoother and the overall feel of combat was made more engaging. Some said it felt like a game from the mid-90s, although I think that criticism was a little bit harsh. It was never going to be as swish as Call of Duty or Doom. However, the introduction of new weapons, equipment and combat styles provided commanders with a greater tactical depth and renewed sense of challenge. It was at this time, however, it was announced that consoles were no longer going to get the Odyssey update, and this was met with an awful lot of community toing and froing, an awful lot of discussion, shall we say. Console players felt cheated. They really did. And I sympathise with them. The latest generation, the Xbox X, could more than likely run the Odyssey game. However, for whatever reason, Frontier decided to drop the consoles and therefore alienate that community, at least it would seem for a time being, and concentrate more so on the PC aspect of Elite Dangerous Odyssey. The whole enhancing of on-foot exploration was also key as part of the Odyssey update. Settlements became more dynamic, engaging NPCs, the addition of new locations, missions and storylines if you can call them that, provided players with compelling reasons to explore planetary surfaces and delve deeper, perhaps not only into the lore of Elite Dangerous, but perhaps also the background simulation. While Odyssey did indeed face initial criticism, Frontier Developments demonstrated, I believe, a commitment to addressing those concerns and improving the overall experience. This dedication to player feedback provided a significant role in restoring faith in the expansion and attracting players back to the game. This, however, is a bit of a two-way street. One of the most significant factors contributing to the 2024 revival was the growing emphasis, I believe, on the community-driven development. Frontier Developments actively sought and incorporated player feedback into the development process. There was regular player interaction, with the developers maintaining open communication channels with the community through forums, social media, and the Frontier Unlocked developer streams on the last Wednesday of each month. This seems to be continuing into 2025 also, and we're avidly awaiting what Frontier are going to announce in 2025 or 3311. This also allowed players to directly voice their concerns, suggestions and desires, if not in the chat but also on the forums. There was also community goals and events. The introduction of community goals and in-game events did provide those players with shared objectives and a sense of collective achievement. These events not only fostered a stronger sense of community, but also provided valuable data and feedback to the developer team. This direct feedback loop ensured player voices were heard and considered in the development process. Now, by actively engaging with the community, Frontier Developments demonstrated that commitment to player satisfaction and a willingness to adapt based on, for example, player feedback. This collaborative approach, I believe, has also fostered a stronger sense of ownership and investment amongst players, strengthening their connection to the game and encouraging them to return for more. There's also been the fact that it's been several years now since the console development was put on hold or cancelled, whatever you want to call it. People have moved on away from consoles and had the money saved up and bought PCs to enhance their gaming, whether it's for gaming, whether it's for work. The introduction of RTX graphics cards and the like from AMD have also meant that people have been brought along in their gaming development and are now able to re-engage with Elite Dangerous. Therefore, they've been encouraged to return. Now, the content updates and narrative threads have really kept the galaxy alive. The introduction of new content and engaging narratives have indeed played a critical role in maintaining player interest. We've had the Thargoid invasion, the arrival of the Titans and the subsequent war. The ongoing Thargoid invasion storyline provided a constant source of intrigue and challenge. Players could actively participate in the conflict, contributing to that defense of human space and shaping the course of the narrative. You marry that with the fact of huge events of Titan destructions, that gave sense to watch parties as well, bringing commanders together at certain times in real time and in game time to witness the demise of the Titans. There's also been Power Play version 2, the revamped Power Play system that's introduced new mechanics and has really increased player agency. It's provided a more engaging bit of political and background simulation intrigue. Players can now directly influence the political landscape of the galaxy and align themselves with factions competing for control of key systems. And let's not forget, there's also been graphical overhauls, there's been quality of life overhauls, and also the introduction of the SCO frameshift drive, allowing people to boost around in frameshift and inter-system, making getting to planets a little bit quicker. There's also been these new ships to go with these technologies, the introduction of ships such as the Python Mark II, the Type 8, the Cobra Mark V and the Mandalay, with more ships apparently on the way in 2025. This also provided players with new goals and challenges to engineer these ships up as well. Not only that, there's also been pre-built ships available in the store, purchasable with Elite Dangerous's currency called ARCs. You can buy ARCs with real currency, and this gave rise to, was Elite Dangerous going pay to play or pay to win? Some said play to win. I disagree. This gave people a jumping off point, buying pre-built ships. Now if you wanted to have some of these new ships in early access, by all means, get your money out, spend the arcs, and then buy them to get them 2 to 3 months earlier than what you could buy them from in-game credits. Now all this, like I say, did indeed increase player agency and the sense of, commitment to Elite Dangerous. Power Play 2 kind of gave people the impression that they could start to shape their own destiny and narrative by impacting the background simulation in the galaxy. As mentioned earlier, Power Play 2 provides players with a greater influence over the political landscape. Players could actively participate in political maneuvering, faction wars, etc., undermining, contributing to the rise and fall of factions and shaping the future of the Elite Dangerous galaxy. There's always been that exploration and also discovery with Elite Dangerous, which is encouraging exploration into the galaxy, allowing players to venture into uncharted territories. New frameshift drives, the SCO frameshift drive, giving that little bit of added boost as well. Therefore allowing players to go out there and discover new star systems, claim their place among the annals of galactic history. And that sense of exploration has always been there in Elite Dangerous. Now all this seemed to have caused a ripple effect by attracting new players, certainly around the release of Power Play version 2 and also the demise of The Last Titan in the Sol system, giving people something to search for. This ripple effect at the end of 2024 not only re-engaged existing players but also attracted a new wave of commanders. We saw commanders join with free versions of Elite Dangerous from Amazon Prime. Basement prices on Steam of Elite and Elite Dangerous Odyssey. This increased visibility, this surge in player numbers and positive press coverage increased the visibility of Elite Dangerous, bringing it to the attention of gamers who may have been previously unaware of the game. Perhaps they were playing No Man's Sky or Star Citizen, because at least with No Man's Sky there was a huge slew of new events and gameplay, let's face it. There's also word of mouth marketing. The positive experiences of returning players spread through word of mouth, through articles on the internet, encouraging friends and fellow gamers to give Elite Dangerous a try or to return. Let's not forget streamers and content creators as well, with a number of streamers and content creators who started featuring Elite Dangerous on their weekly streams and creating content on platforms such as YouTube, therefore increasing its visibility and attracting new players to the game. This influx of new players injected fresh energy, I believe, into the community, fostering a more vibrant and dynamic ecosystem. This resurgence in interest can only really have a significant implication for the future of Elite Dangerous. The increased development focus and renewed player interest could incentivise Frontier developments to invest more resources into the development of the game we all love, leading to more frequent and substantial updates. There's also the expansion of the player base, the increased visibility and positive word of mouth generated by that 2024 revival, and hopefully moving into 2025. This could lead to sustained growth of the player base, ensuring the long-term health and vitality of the game. Now a new era of content creation could start with the growing player base, also inspiring a new wave of community creators, such as videos, guides, fan fiction, and further enriching the Elite Dangerous ecosystem. Now we know that we're going to get system colonization early 2025, thus allowing us to shape the galaxy in our own format, allowing us to create our own narrative. Let's all hope it's a success, along with any new ships and additional content Frontier throw our way. All in all, 2024 was the catalyst. 2025 hopefully should be the explosion.